Hello, I'm Alan Reginald Vismanas, taking up BS Accountancy. This is a course project for my Law 6254 Regulatory Framework and Legal Issues in Business course project. The case title that I'm about to discuss is between DCCI or Diesel Construction Company and Jollibee Foods Corporation. Uh, it's the subject is its construction contract, the execution pending appeal, and its corporate financial distress. Okay, so my presentation is based on four key points. It's evidence and material facts, um, claims and counterclaims, judicial hierarchy of Philippine courts, personal acumen, or the industry impact of you know of my um, of my basis for not being biased at all. Okay, the evidence and material facts, the agreements is that first there's this agreement between DICC or DCCI rather, entering into a construction contract with Jollibee Foods for the construction of two restaurant outlets located in Batangas City and Calamba, Laguna. The operational dispute between the two parties is that DCCI has incurred increased expenses during the construction and sought reimbursement for escalated construction costs amounting to over about 67 million pesos. The alleged breach is that Jollibee Food Corporation withheld payments and asserted counterclaims, arguing that TCCI failed to finish the projects based on their stipulated contract period and incurring contractual penalties and liquidated damages. I mean, Jollibee has been a very good, big company in the Philippines and is following considerate steps or guidelines based on contracts. All right. The evidence offered by petitioner BCCI is that they have completed a project. There were progress billings, turnover certifications, and construction reports demonstrating that the projects were already completed. There were also cost estimates, material price increase documentation, and they have already also presented a financial position for good reasons, uh, um, proving that they are showing acute cash flow issues, cash flow strains because of the increase expenses, and whereas the evidence provided by the defense or the respondent, Jollibee Foods Corporation, is that site logs and project timeline audits have logs. They are justifying its counterclaim of approximately 2.7 million for damages and attorney's fees because of delays. Um, so so in the regional trial court level, the claims of DCCI is at 7.08 million, whereas the respondent Jollibee Corporation is counterclaiming for damages of 2.7 million. RTC has ruled in favor of DCCI for Jollibee to award 7 million in damages. However, it's pending appeal. DCCI has sought immediate execution. However, that execution was opposed by Jollibee Foods Corporation. Um, it went to Court of Appeals. The status of Supreme Court is that it ruled in favor of Jollibee Foods Corporation. There was also a stay of execution via supersedeas bond. Um, DCCI argued that Court of Appeals had no authorities to stay execution once granted by the RTC and Jollibee Foods Corporation offer of counterclaim was premature. Supreme Court mooted the issue since execution pending appeal was invalid from the start. There was no execution to stay. Okay. For the regional trial court, the decision is decided the main money claim in favor of DCCI. RTC correctly adjudicated the initial trial evidence on construction performance. When it elevated to Court of Appeals or CA, it issued resolutions ordering the issuance of a writ of execution upon DCCI posting a 10 million bond. Which of course the 10 million bond is impossible, considering that they are in financial trouble, and that specific bond would be difficult for them to produce. The Court of Appeals correctly recognized its original jurisdiction to hear incidental motions. So without first scrutinizing either the CI or valid legal grounds for extraordinary execution, so it went to a Supreme Court decision. The Supreme Court decision reversed and set aside the RTC and Court of Appeals decision. All right. The soundness of the ruling, I mean, for me, is that the Supreme Court's decision under then Justice Artemio Panganiban is legally sound and economically vital, allowing corporate financial distress to justify premature execution would open the floodgates to frivolous executions. I mean, all of the companies, if given that decision, would just decide, the court would just decide merely that it will favor companies that would have financial distress. And finally, I mean, for me, the legal reasoning of the Supreme Court is sound. The problem is the money claims take years or decades, 10 years, 20 years to finalize. The slow pace of the court system impacts smaller enterprises like them, small and medium enterprises facing acute liquidity constraints. I mean, what would be the fight of small and medium enterprises against Jollibee Foods Corporation, with having a legal battalion of lawyers ready to have a legal battle of 5, 10 years, 15 years, with the cash-rich resources of Jollibee Foods Corporation. So that's my take. The narratives of the all of the legal narratives will be submitted via PDF, and this video shall be uploaded to YouTube, and the link will be provided in the worksheet itself or in the submission. Thank you very much.